Hey, how you going? So we're gonna get a really big update this time, and it's not even really an update, it's like an expansion, and it's pretty cool. And there's a lot that's gonna be coming, so I'm gonna talk about everything that's gonna be coming. We're getting fishing, and fishing looks really exciting. It's gonna be cool. We don't know a lot about fishing. We'll probably have to buy fishing rods and stuff like that. We don't know what fishes can do, like if you can sell them or if you can use them for like making potions and stuff, because potions is another thing that's gonna be added. But we do know that you can catch more like higher level fish the more you fish and stuff like that. And we did get this image of like you do like this little mini game where you have to click across the thing, and that looks pretty fun. And then you get like these, and the fish are actually pretty big. We don't know how big the fish are going to be, or if you go to like a danger zone, would the fish be like bigger or more dangerous? And it would be cool if imagine if like this huge megalodon. And fishing's gonna be really cool because it gives a new way to like grind without like PvPing or grinding like NPCs. Hopefully they do have like PvP zones near the water so you can fish in peace, because imagine trying to fish and then these people just come and try to like kill you, and bounty hunters are gonna be pretty annoying. But yeah, fishing's gonna be pretty cool. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun way to enjoy Blox. We also know that we're gonna get some new fruits, so we know that we're gonna get 3 new fruit reworks, which is pretty exciting. We already know 2 of them. They're gonna be Rumble, Lightning, and Pain, and we don't know what the third one is, but some speculate it's Bomb or like some mythical fruit like Venom or something. We definitely know that we're getting Pain and Lightning. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Those are like really good fruits, but no one really uses them anymore. I hope they're not like super spamming fruits and they're not like the transformation fruits. So yeah, hopefully they're like a bit more balanced and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting to get, especially Pain, because we've been waiting for a Pain rework for ages, and it's gonna be really cool to get that. Because no one really uses Pain anymore, even though it's still a pretty good fighting style. So it'll be cool to see these different stuff. Well, we don't know what the other one's going to be, and hopefully it's like a really good fruit or something like Venom. His Venom rework would be cool. We're probably not going to get a Control rework, even though we've been waiting for Control for ages. But hopefully we do get a Control rework soon. That we're also gonna get some PvP reworks, so they're talking about how on Discord you can like give feedback and stuff of suggestions to change PvP. I think that's a really good idea because PvP really needs a rework. Because currently PvP in block shoots is really boring. It's just like spamming fruits, and so if someone uses Dragon, they can just like spam moves. And so yeah, they were talking about how Beast Fruit's probably gonna get uh like nerfed a bit, and different stuffs are gonna be less spamming, and they're also going to change PvP overall, and they'll be asking weekly stuff. I think that's a really good idea because previously block shoots they'll only do like updates or scaling and stuff like that when they do like these big updates, so we have to wait for months and months. But they should be doing these weekly, like small little scale changing and just changing how much damage something does, and hopefully they encourage more like people to use swords and stuff like that because we're also getting swords reworks. But we also fighting styles and guns. I think those also should get more focus because most people just use swords and stuff like that. Even guns, like they just got a rework recently, but no one really uses guns that much. Much especially like Soul Guitar. We're also going to be getting Sharkman V4, V3, sorry. And yeah, that's going to be pretty cool because it's been a while since we've got a new fighting style since Sanguine. We were supposed to get Divine Art, but that kind of got cancelled. I don't really know what happened with that. I think a lot of hackers kind of got access to moves and something happened. So hopefully we get Divine Art because that looked pretty cool. But yeah, Sharkman's going to be really cool as well. It's probably going to be pretty similar to V1 and V2. It just looks better and does more damage and stuff like that. We don't really know how to get that, but like you probably should get Sharkman V2 and like upgrade, grind with that for quite a while, until you get so when Sharkman V3 comes out, you can get it. But yeah, Sharkman V3 is going to be really cool, and it's going to be cool to see more fighting styles than just God, Human, Sanguine out there. So that's going to be pretty exciting. We're also going to be getting chromatic skins and fruit skins. So previously we've only had chromatic skins for dragons, but now we're getting it for other different fighting styles. Sorry, different transformations like Kitsune, T-Rex, and Yeti and stuff. And they all look really cool, and I'm really glad that they used different models and designs from like people on Discord because it got a lot of community feedback, and a lot of people draw these really cool designs. Hopefully, they're not all like really expensive. Like Dragon was $30 in Robux, and yeah, so hopefully they can make it affordable for everyone, and hopefully they change the berry system because berries are really boring. Like you just drive around, and if you don't have portal, it's really annoying trying to get berries, and especially if you just can't get like one berry, and then you won't be able to get the chromatic skin you want. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. So hopefully they change that. We're also getting fruit skins. We don't know how fruit skins will totally work. Like if you drop them, will they still have the fruit skin? Or if you trade them, would like they have different values? Like would like a not as good fruit like rocket or something with a really rare fruit skin, would that be worth more than something a bit like higher? We don't really know. But fruit skins are going to be pretty cool, and we've got some different designs. And that's going to be linking with the new event that we're getting, this little gacha. So basically, we're getting these lightning NPCs where lightning will strike these NPCs and they'll become like supercharged. That's pretty cool as well. Hopefully, lightning actually does strike down so you can see where like the lightning supercharged enemies are. But then once you kill them, you can roll this thing into gacha, and there's a chance to get some fruit skins, and it's going to be like coming out. You can get different fruit skins for like limited times fruits like lightning is going to be first and probably pain's going to be next and the third one we don't know what that one's going to be, but yeah, so we already seen like a couple of the lightning fruit skins, but they all look just like different color things, so hopefully they do something a bit different than just does different color designs because that's a bit boring, and hopefully they do some different fruit skins because that's going to be a bit more interesting and get people to grind for that more. And I think this summer gacha thing is going to be pretty cool, and we're getting more events as well. We're also getting this like 50 billion event, which I think is pretty cool because Blox did get 50 billion, which is a huge number a while ago, but they didn't really do an event, but they're doing an event now. And you also get a red like Rip Indra's family thing, and there'll be like these boss fights and exclusive like items and rewards, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty exciting because we haven't had a big like event in quite a while, and block routes recently with events they'll just do the same thing where you like stand in a circle and every 5 hours you get a fruit, which is pretty cool, but it's a bit boring. So hopefully they do uh something a bit more interesting and make these big bosses and stuff because that seems pretty exciting, and so it'll be cool to do like this huge raid with a bunch of other players in the server, and it's going to be really exciting, and I think that's going to be really cool. Sword reworks as well. We know that we're getting new skins. Darkblade was one of like the covers, so maybe we're getting a Darkblade rework. I do think Darkblade should be a bit stronger. The fact that it's a paid sword and it's like worse than a lot of non-paid swords, like CDK is better than Darkblade in a lot of ways. Darkblade I think should get rework. Maybe it's just a sword like skin rework where it's actually going to be moves. We don't know. We do know we're definitely getting Spiky Trident. We're also getting a bunch of accessories as well. Accessories reworks and make them look better because we're also getting like this outfit rework where you can like change outfits. I think that's pretty good because there's no real way to change like avatar, and so doing this big rework on avatars and design models, I think that's going to be pretty cool and it allows people to like cosplay different characters easier because usually like you have to spend a lot of Robux. So hopefully they do something like that and make it a bit easier. Also, sea events are coming to Second Sea, which is pretty cool. They're talking about how a lot of people actually go to Second Sea because Third Sea is too laggy because there's so much islands and stuff like that. And also, it gives the people in Second Sea who can't like be bothered grinding so much to stuff to do in Second Sea. Because, but hopefully they make it unique to Second Sea because once you get to Third Sea, there's no real reason to go back to Second Sea unless Third Sea is too laggy. But with the sea events, it's going to be pretty cool. It's not going to have Leviathan because the Tiki outpost isn't there, but it's going to have like different. It's probably terror sharks, piranhas, ghost ships, stuff like that. Just like the third sea, which is pretty cool. So it gives second seas play more to do. We don't know if it's going to be in first sea yet, but it'd probably be too hard for first sea players. Like they'll probably die and stuff like that. So probably not going to be in first C, but hopefully we do get a first C rework soon. Also, a big one, we're going to be getting potions, which is pretty cool. It's going to change PvP and especially grinding because it seems like most of those are really suited for grinding. We're getting chest seeker one, which you can see nearby chest. I don't know how useful that is because chests aren't really super hidden, but if you're grinding for chests for money, that could be pretty useful. Lava skin, you immune to lava. That's also pretty useful, but like there's not very much cases where lava skin will be useful. Maybe just like fire raids and stuff like that where there's a lot of lava. But I don't know. Maybe Provoker's Brew, it forces nearby enemies to target to use. I think that's gonna be really cool for grinding. Like it's annoying where you have to grind, you have to run around and manually like click the enemies. And so this it just automatically aggroes the enemies and they come towards you. I think that's gonna be a lot smarter and it's going to make grinding a lot easier. Like you can AFK grind instead of just killing one enemies, you can kill a bunch of them. We don't know how long they last for. These are not all the potions. There's going to be a lot more. But these are just all the potions that they've said. There's also Warbringer's one, which damage to enemies and bosses. When they say enemies, we don't know if they're talking about PvP or just grinding like NPCs. But bosses also, I think, against bosses because a lot of bosses are pretty too hard for people to like solo. So giving the doing more damage against bosses is really good. We don't know how much damage it's gonna be, like 50% or 10%, but that's gonna be really useful against bosses. Experience Elixir, this is probably the most useful, boost all XP gain. So imagine you have like two at times mastery and that also gains like the mastery. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool and it lets you grind a lot faster. I think grinding's the worst part of block routes and this will let you grind faster. We don't know how hard it's gonna be to make them or how long it lasts for, but that's gonna be definitely really useful, especially Fortune favors flagon which boosts money. So imagine you already have two times money and then you're getting that. It's going to make grinding a lot quicker. And a lot of these are just very suited for grinding. There's also fish kebab, which is food. It's the only food that we've seen. We haven't seen any other food, and we don't know how food's going to work. Like, it's going to be similar to potions or not. And it gradually restores health only outside of PvP. So it's going to be pretty useful for grinding and probably helpful for killing bosses and stuff. It's going to be a really cool update, and it's a lot of stuff. There's probably some stuff I've missed, but it's going to be this huge expansion, and it's going to go over a couple of weeks. It's the first time we've had that. Usually it's just one big update, but yeah, it's going to be out for a couple of weeks, and it's going to be really exciting. Hopefully, we get more news about the update. We should be getting the trailer soon. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.